You are correct that the examples I cited tended to be older, but I did that for a reason, because older models generally are purpose-built classifiers or regression models that give very clear, easy to interpret, easy to investigate outputs. The modern trend in AI is to move away from purpose-built classifiers and regression models and instead put everything through a general purpose large language model, which presents multiple challenges to investigating bias, not least of which is the fact that they are large. It is very difficult to figure out why an LLM outputted something that it outputted because it is completely impractical to trace its path through the model. And before you say you can just ask the LLM why it made a specific decision, no, you can't, because that is not how these models work. There is nothing guaranteeing that the reason it gives you at all reflects reality. At their core, all LLMs do is predict the next most probable word given everything you've said to it and everything it's said back to you. Even modern models that explain their thinking, that's not their thinking. That's just more generated text that they use to establish what the most probable next word is. Making matters worse, I mentioned how you can accidentally train a racist AI using what are supposed to be neutral sources like news. But LLMs aren't limited to news. They ingest everything, including Reddit, X, all types of weird forums full of weird people with weird ideas. And this does result in these LLMs exhibiting bias as evidenced by these articles from the last 2 years. Now, I do agree that the problem is getting better, but it's not by magic or because the modern models are just better. It's because developers and researchers identify the issue, know that it's important, and take conscious, active, purposeful steps to counteract it. But that requires resources and manpower and time, and all of that costs money. And in an industry where companies can't be bothered to get the copyright for the information they need to train their models, do you really think they're going to willingly spend that extra money unless they have to? So the goal of my original video was just to raise awareness of the issue so that customers can put pressure on these companies to have the most basic amount of human decency to make sure that their models are fair and work for everybody.